Well, when's the last time someone asked you what you wanted? And I'm not talking about the last time you sat down to get a meal at a restaurant. When's the last time an employer or someone in a relationship asked you, hey, Bill, what is it you want out of this experience? I bet we could all think it's been a long time, hasn't it? Well, you have to ask that question for yourself. Because if you don't ask that question for yourself, one thing I've learned, no one will ask it for you. Is you got to have a plan. You know, the people that have goals is great. They're the type of people that have verbal goals. They're the type of people that have written goals. The key to achieving anything is to have a written goal with a precise date that you're presently moving towards. That's the definition of success. So let's talk about that action plan. At university, we literally have a 1-year, 5-year, 10-year written plan. And there's a cliche. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. Well, that's true. So you literally have to take the time out of your day to put it in writing. And the other key to this is you see it in the present tense. Most people do the someday I'm gonna, someday I want to. Well, that someday is today. Make that decision, get clarity on what you want, and take that action plan. I walked in there and said, you know what? I think I want to be a big brother. And they matched me with a kid named Patrick. At the time, Patrick was this shy little 7-year-old kid about this tall, right? Well, when Patrick was 7 years old, I said, Patrick, what do you want to do in life? So if you had any dream job in the world, what would it be? So I love to be an engineer. I said, well, let's write that down. I said, do me a favor. I want you to imagine you're crossing the stage. You're literally getting your diploma. How does that feel? What does that feel like, Patrick? He's like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's amazing, isn't it? 7 years old. Last fall, he was accepted to Akron University in an engineering program that only took 10 students. And he hadn't realized that he had put that in motion how long ago? 11 years prior.
If you want to achieve your goals, don't focus on them. That goes against everything we've ever said about goals, right? Everything everyone ever talks about goals is you pick out what it is you want to do, you set your goals, you write them down, you stay focused on them, you check your list over and over again, you come back to it, and that's how you achieve your goals. Well, I have learned over the course of my life and watching other people and studying other things that that is not the way to achieve goals. We set goals for ourselves, but our goals are things that are outside of our control. Whatever it is you want to achieve in your life, if you're a student and you want to get an A in a class, that's outside of your control. You don't get to write A's on all of your papers. You have a teacher who's going to grade those papers. You have a teacher who's going to give you assignments. Somebody else is setting the curriculum. Somebody else is grading you. You don't control what your grade is. If you want to be the world's best salesman, you don't get to make all the sales yourself. You don't get to do both sides of the transaction. You got to recruit customers into your life. Goals require you to have the participation of other people. Therefore, they are outside of your control. So if you spend too much time focusing on your goals, you never achieve them. Behaviors, by contrast, are things that you alone can do. It doesn't take a parent, a teacher, a coach, a friend, a neighbor, a spouse, a child. It doesn't require anyone else. You alone can do behaviors. And behaviors are the things that you focus on in order to achieve your goals. If you think about what we all go through with, say, weight loss. We're all on a diet at one point or another. I'm on one now, involuntarily. My wife has put me on one. But we're all on a diet at one point or another. And how does a diet start? It starts with a goal. You say, I want to lose 10 pounds by the end of the year. Okay, that's great. You have a goal. If you stay focused on that goal, you will never lose 10 pounds. Because what's the next thing we do? We go from our goal to the scale. We say, okay, I'm going to step on the scale. Scale, please tell me if I've lost any of these 10 pounds. I haven't lost any pounds. I gained a pound. Okay. And we keep coming back to the scale, and you go through a week where you eat well, you're exercising, you're drinking a lot of water, you're doing all the right things, and you get on the scale and you've gained weight, you quit the diet. If you focus on your goal, you won't achieve it. Instead, you have to focus on your behaviors. Your behaviors are what are in your control. If I focus on my behaviors day after day, I keep myself motivated day after day. I feel good about what I've done because I say, I did this, I did that, I did that. I'm not worried about the goal. I'm not worried about how much I weigh. I'm not worried about how many sales I've made. I'm not worried about anything that's outside of my control. I'm focused 100% on the part that's in my control. If you want to achieve your goals, don't focus on them. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to focus on the behaviors that are the building blocks that get you to your goals. Thank you very much.